think the console will ever get barrel skins? I don't know. We might get something that's like kind of like that in a different shape. If they're smart, they'll do that, because that's kind of a must-have. And hopefully they do the repeat for it a lot, because that could be a good source of revenue for them. I don't know. It's management really is the one that thinks about that kind of stuff, and since they're not that close to the game, I have doubts that they would make that connection. I hope that they do for our sake, but I don't know if the suits are quite that savvy. I hope that they are, though. I really do, because I want barrels in here. Yeah, base skins I think we'll see before anything else. Those would be really nice, like the wall skins. Yeah, that would be nice. They did say that they were kind of in the works, you know, like doing the early stage planning. And it would take a while, because it really has to be tested quite heavily. And I don't know what kind of experience the team has with that kind of stuff. Because I would imagine there's a lot of gotchas. Because here's the thing. If it's not tested enough, you can break the game pretty badly. So, obviously, stability and balance need to be a thing. Cody says, hello, I have a question. How do we get minicopters do we get minicopters this wipe? He says, I haven't really seen a video with a valid answer. Here's the thing. We don't know. It's most likely going to be transportation if they go big. But they haven't really been communicating to us. Like, the fact that we didn't get anything substantial this wipe is kind of crazy. Not this wipe, but at the beginning. Last week. So they're due for it. If it's not going to be February's update, it's going to be March. It's got to be, right? Because we do know cars and minis are currently in production and have been. We've seen the most work with cars. My guess is the next big transportation update, whether it's February or March, is probably going to be cars because it coincides with the wipe. I mean, do I want minis? Yeah. That's all I want. I want minis more than anything. So there's a distinct possibility it could be minis or cars, but then again, since they're not communicating and giving us kind of weird updates, like, you know, this one that kind of felt like Quality of Life Update 2.0, then, you know, it's like, oh, we don't really know what their plan is. So we're like, we hope that you give a shit and give us something good, or to talk to the community. Yeah, if you watch any of my videos, we cover all that stuff. Yeah, it's frustrating to say the least. You know, it's like, after we get this update, they're like, hey, something big's coming. You're like, okay, waiting on it, you know? And they're like, here comes the roadmap. And we're like, okay, yeah, what is it? You know, it's coming. Yeah, when? Yeah, it kind of sucks that we still don't know when we're this far into the year already, and we don't even have an idea what the next big update's going to be. They just said it's going to be really awesome, and I'm like, okay. But, like, what is it? Bigger maps wouldn't be bad. This is agreed. We need something, not ground transportation. Yeah, I would prefer minis, 100%. And as I've said in the videos many times, and I hope that they're seeing it. I hope the management sees it, because I think they're the ones that are screwing us over. Screwing us over by not paying attention or not letting the community managers speak. But if we do somehow get, like, missile silos or something, please, for the love, give us parachutes at minimum. Hot air balloon in the mix, or ziplines would be nice, because we're like, okay, at least we got something to kind of keep us, you know, while you guys are working on cars and minis, whatever that may be. I mean, let's be honest, dude, let's get the cars and the minis out the door already. We're gonna be on year 4, you know, shit or get off the pot. Rust Mobile Day 1 is gonna have cars and minis. They just had a playtest finish up this past weekend. It's like, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, pop increase would be really nice. I'm with you on that 100% for sure. That would be awesome. I don't know if the old gens can handle that. New gens, well, let's be honest. New gens are kind of the new baseline, right? Let's be real. But, I mean, we'll just call them core systems and the next gens or whatever, just for argument's sake. But, yeah, the next gen stuff can handle for sure. No doubt in my mind. You know, whether it's a PlayStation or a Series, whatever, they're good to go in that department. But here's the other argument too. It's like, I know Unity is a rough engine to work on because it's just very restrictive. The hardware constraints on consoles are restrictive, but you know what else is very restrictive? Cell phones. Their resource pool is not nearly as large as even the core systems, right? And it's like, if their beta just was out, or closed alpha, or whatever the heck it's called, the mobile that just happened, I looked at the resource requirements. It's very low. And our core systems have more resources. And it's like, how is Rust Mobile shipping with cars and minis? Do you know what I mean? Like, that was in the playtest. Like, what's going on? You know? Why do we not have those things? You know, you're playing on an Android that has 6 gigs of RAM. Do you know what I mean? Like, what's up with that? What's going on? That's weird. Yeah, it just kind of begs the question, like, what's going on there? Again, yeah, I think it's management. I really do. And it's not helping by them not talking to us. I think it's just exacerbating the whole situation. Ooh, exacerbate. Ooh, big word. Yeah, it's just crazy that Rust Mobile will most likely drop sometime this year. And that's the thing. It's like, okay, that may not be appealing to some of us or most of us, whatever, but there's a big market for that. And it's like, people that would potentially come here would probably just be on mobile then, because, I mean, if it has cars and minis, I'll be honest, I'll be pretty hard-pressed not to play it. And then once people actually start playing with minis and cars, they'll go, oh, that's what you're talking about. That's why this is so... You need this in the game. Yeah, 100%. This is definitely a core thing that we're missing. As I said, made the analogy many times before. It's like not having jump. And we're so used to not having jump. But then when we finally get it, we'll be like, it's like a whole nother world. We can move around at a whole nother axis. I'll be like, yup. That's exactly what having flight's like. Let's get this saddle B. Yeah, so the fact, I mean, it's cool that Rust Mobile's doing what it's doing. But it just, you know, I hope it kicks this into high gear. I hope it takes the management and says, or it gets their attention to be like, look, we could be doing this. There's no reason why we can't. And really, there's not, you know. It's like, yeah, I know you guys already have work done on it. You know what I mean? So let's go. Yeah, it's just wild to me that we're kind of sitting in this position to... And again, the devs, I think, have a passion and desire for the game. I don't think it's their fault. I don't think it's the community manager's fault. I think the management really needs to stop micromanaging everything and let the people that you hired do their job. You know what I mean? Have you ever had a boss or a manager like that where you're like, it's fine, like I can work in whatever environment, but it can be very restrictive sometimes. You're like, hey man, you can just let me do my job. You know, it would be a whole lot better. I get, like, if you want to nail down the process or you don't trust something, but, like, it's been 4 years for these people. It's like, dude, why did you tell your community manager to send out NDAs to everybody? To give them an idea of what's coming. Unless somehow, okay, so, to kind of go off on a rant. If somehow there's, like, Rust 2 conversation or there's a split happening where it's new gen and old gen, that is a face punch decision, and maybe they are under contract and they can't talk about it. That's the only reason why I think any of that makes any sense. Because then face punch wants to control when that happens, and I get that. And they should, to be fair, they should. But, you know, everything's been put under the guise of like, hey, we'll tell you what's coming as far as content. It's like, guys, we don't... Why does that need to be, any of that need to be NDA'd, right? And I honestly don't think Pedro or the community manager or whoever's running the show over there under the community, I don't think that was his idea at all, right? It's like, that doesn't make any sense. Why would you, you know what I mean? It's like, guys, you need to be doing the opposite of what you're doing. Stop being secretive. Don't be NDAing people. Just talk to us, right? If you're having a hard time with something, talk about it, right? We want to know. We're excited. I love this game. It's wildly popular, but it could be through the roof popular. Like, there's no reason why it can't be. And that's what we're really pushing for. You've heard me say it a million times, but it's true. But it's just the fact that we're It's on the weekend now, and we've got no communication on the update, what it's going to be, what the roadmap's going to be, and we're kind of just waiting. It's like, guys, what's going on, right? Think about this too, just as a side note to kind of throw it in the mix. And okay, so I guess this could also be a thing too. So maybe the communication, the NDA, is also for another thing that comes out of Face Punch. You ready for this little bombshell? Are they talking about Rust 2? I think when Rust 2 does come out, I think it's going to be in parallel with everything. That's kind of the gut feeling I'm getting. So if somehow things are tied into that, I understand the secrecy. And a fun fact, 2 fun facts that maybe you know or don't know, but maybe one you don't know, but maybe one already know. So Rust 2 is going to happen for sure. Gary's already talked about it. We do know it's not going to be on Unity, which is the source of much of our contention and slowness and development and all that stuff and performance issues. It's currently built on the Unity engine, and it's not good. There's rumors that it's the Unreal engine. We'll kind of have to wait and see. So that's very exciting, right? Also, Face Punch, which is the original studio that made this, so PC Rust as you know it, they've also almost doubled the size of their studio. Ramping up for production, maybe? So, you know, it does kind of line up with, if the NDA's out. But here's the thing, though. If it was truly Rust 2, I would do it through Face Punch and not through Double 11. You know what I'm saying? I would definitely be working through Face Punch and not Double 11 Studio. So either way you cut it, it's like the NDA doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But then again, they could be forced into it. But somehow I don't think so in this case. But yeah, I mean, it's on the table. Rust Mobile just had their closed alpha, has minis and cars off the rip, with less resources than we have for the core systems. I'm not talking about next gens here, right? Because obviously they're face melters, they can handle it. So it's like, what's the hang up? Like, I get Unity's dog water, right? Believe you me, I know. But like, what's the deal? You know, like, why is it? You know, we're 4 years in. Hit us with the business. If you got something exciting, please tell us. Stop muzzling your community manager, please. 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 Odie says, I think they need to communicate more. Just small notes here and there. Yeah. Like, you'd be surprised at how much goodwill that would buy you. Yeah, you're right. Just a little bit of communication would go a long way. Obviously, there's going to be some people complaining all the time. But, I mean, that's anywhere. That's the internet. But, yeah, I think it would really help. Especially when you've got these other things, these other projects. We do know Rust 2 is happening at some point here. We don't know on what platforms or like any kind of release date or what the schedule is. We do know Face Punch is ramped up. We know Rust Mobile's just had their playtest, as I said. You know, with less resources, they've got these vehicles on rip. Like, dude, yeah, you'll see, guys. When cars or minis hit, you'll go, oh my gosh, this is what we've been missing. I'm like, yeah, dude, you've essentially not been able to jump for 4 years. Do you know what I mean? 4 years. We gotta get jackhammer, boys. We gotta start doing some work with the bass. Yeah, it'll be such a game changer. I'm excited for what's coming. By no means am I saying this is gloom and doom. I love this game. Obviously, I want the best for it. I think they got the people in place to do things. I really think the management's in the way, and I think it's as easy as them just letting the people around them do their job, and just let it go. You know what I mean? Like, just let it go. Let them do their job. They want to. I promise. So yeah, we're hoping for the best again, and there's no reason why this can't be an absolute chart topper for years on end on console. Just with the littlest effort of just let your community manager talk a little bit, and just be a little bit more transparent. I think the roadmap will be a step in the right direction, but as you heard me say before, if they drop a big update on this one, it's like, guys, why weren't we talking about this a month and a half ago? Why weren't we talking about this in November? You know, when you guys are like, hey, we're taking a break. We're like, that's fine, I get it. But, like, also, you know, when are we going to next? You know what I mean? Like, we're trying to clap cheeks virtually. What's happening? You know what I mean? What's that one meme where he goes, he's on the phone, he's like, okay, so no head, and he breaks the skateboard? I feel like we're that guy right now. No? Good analogy? Bad analogy? No? Good? Bad? Yeah, it's rough. So we're hoping for the best. I am excited for what's coming, because literally there has to be a banger coming out. And they are hinting towards that, so like I said, I really think it's going to be cars. I'm wishing secretly it's either minis or minis mixed in with something else, obviously. be on the lookout. If it is minis, we'll be doing a whole live stream of just dropping rocks on people from the air for hours on end. We're going to see how long we can stay in flight and not touch the ground. You know what I mean? In celebration of us being able to fly. Same thing, if we get a hot air balloon, it's the exact same thing, but just slower. Do you know what I'm talking about? Perfect. Since I love this game, but I feel like it's kind of stuck in the mud and not going anywhere because we need better communication. That's a good way to put it. Cody again. Yeah, 100%. It should be doing so much better than what it is, and there's no reason why it can't be. So, yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's cool. Like, the update now is good. It just, you know, on the 4th month of, like, no communication and kind of weak updates, we need a bit more to go on is what I'm, you know, and I think that's where everybody else is at, too. And who knows, like, maybe it's going to go gangbusters. But again, I'm always like, hey guys, why aren't we saying that? Why can't we be talking about it, boys? Yeah, by no, even if they go, like, and this gets worse, which I don't think it will, this game will still be doing really well because it's Rust. The game is that good, it'll just kind of punch through. But this game should be like top charter, off the rails, crazy good all the time because that's the way it is on PC, you know? But on PC, they're updating every month, and that's the biggest difference.